Right, it's time to get this race running here. First and second, very close to each other today. We're doing a rolling start here. He needs to make sure he's just behind that car as we get going. It's lights out and away we go here for your heavyweight split two. First place manages to hold off, but James down in fourth place just manages to hold the position as they go too wide into 1, 2, and now as we come to 3 right behind him. Looks like someone's going to make a move. He tries to, and he's got a faster acceleration. James goes slightly wider, but your front runners hold that position 1, 2, 3. James tries to fight back, going for that 5th position there, but he just can't manage to make it stick. As coming around the inside, he's going to dive back down again, so he loses that position as we head into turn number 6. This allows our front runners 1, 2, 3, and 4 to start pulling away, but they're starting to battle. Second place managed to get the overtake done, but just didn't manage to hold the position. So first place, which I believe is Barney Williams, is holding that position at the end of lap 1. As we're coming round here, fourth place, he's starting to make a move on third there, but he's managed to hold there. James has dropped back behind the guy in the orange helmet there. Orange and yellow, very Lewis helmets out there in circuit there at the front of that train that is starting to form. But second place dives down the inside and managed to make the overtake stick as he got the inside line going into turn 1 there. That's Colin on, I believe, Barney manages to get there as we're heading down to turn 3. Lots of contact as we're heading to turn 3 there, but he manages to make it back through as he's got a much better exit heading into that corner. And James is vulnerable. They all got his slipstream as they head into turn 4. They just managed to make the overtake as James has to go wide, dropping all the way down to, I believe, 6th or 7th there, but he's got that inside line trying to fight that back. And out in front, we've got our running order of Colin, David, Adam, and Adam. So Adam stayed in, Adam Thompson, Kyle, James, Christopher, James Estrop, Mike, Xiaofeng, Charlie, Barney, Henry, and Darren. Back out on track. The top 3 are only separated by 0.7. I mean, the top 4 separate by under a second currently. They're going to start pulling away. If they start working together, they'll start to make this gap. As 5th place, it's a right battle going on right now as they go too wide into turn 12 here. James manages to get that inside line, but he won't have the acceleration, and he's going to get caught out here, and back in front they do go. So the running order again is David out in front. He manages to make an overtake on Colin there. Adam Stay, Adam Thompson, Kyle, then James Estrop, James Clare, Mike, Christopher, Xiaofeng, Charlie, Barney, Henry, and Darren. This battle for 5th place here is starting to look juicy. So the driver with the orange helmet, I believe that's Kyle out there, is holding a bit of a train, but down the inside does go James Estrop on the overtake on Kyle there. It's getting very juicy down in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, and your top 4 runners are absolutely pulling away. They are laughing this up, managing to create that gap. We'll see what the gap is after they cross the line, but currently it's absolutely huge between them. It's currently a 4-second gap between that pack there and the front runners. Out in front, David has managed to hold that position there off Colin, then Adam State, then after that you've got Adam Thompson, and then let's see as this pack draw comes across the line here. And it goes James Estrop, Kyle, James Clare, Christopher Tate, Mike Bennett, Charlie Jackson, Barney, Xiaofeng, Henry, and Darren. As we're heading into turn 4 now, it's starting to open up a little bit. The guy in the white helmet managed to get the overtake on driving blue. We've got someone off track. I'm not sure who it is currently, but it has gone yellow down at turn 3. I would expect the drivers in the barrier here, we're going to end up with a full course yellow, but currently on this side of the track it's still green, so your front runners are going for overtakes, and your driver in 4th place, Adam Thompson, is trying to make a move on Adam State. It's the battle of the Adams. We had the battle of the Lewises earlier. We're now at the battle of the Adams as he's coming in to turn 12 here. It is still green down in this gantry, so they will be able to accelerate, and it's green down at turn 3, so the front runners were not affected at all. So first place is starting to pull away from Colin there. It's now nearly a second gap between first and second. Adam State is in 3rd place for 1.5 from the gap, but the gap between Adam State and Adam Thompson is just down to 0.2 right now. That's the real battle going on for that final podium position as James dives down the inside. That's James Clare on Kyle Gaffney, I believe, up down in turn 4, and he manages to hold it as he goes through turn 5 and drop down does Kyle as he loses another place coming into turn 6 there. Around the outside, he tries to get the overtake, and now this driver is going to try and go for the other James Clare in the Illuminous helmet. Can he make it stick as we're coming around these corners here? James Clare is fully holding everyone up. I know these drivers are heavyweights, but this is a heavy train happening right now as overtakes are happening left, right and centre behind him. He's causing lots of problems for the drivers just behind, but James needs to keep his head down, keep them, push them back into themselves, make them battle, and then he might be able to create that gap. Up out in front, we've got David Sumner still, Colin, then we've got Adam State, Adam Thompson, James Estrom, and then James Clare holding up that train there with Christopher Tate just behind him, Kyle, and then we've got Mike Bennett, who did lose a position, and Xiao Feng has managed to get an overtake on Charlie Jackson there. As we look at our top four once again, the top two have actually closed in on each other. The gap is dropping. It's now only 0.4 between them. And I believe as we come around his final few corners, they're going to catch up with his back marker that did go off. And I believe that was Henry Walter earlier on at turn 3. But as they catch up to them, it's going to be interesting to see, will Henry let them pass? I don't believe blue flags are in play today, so Henry doesn't have to. So that might change the outcome of this race as we go now into lap 6. Let's see if we've got any overtakes on the board. The top 5 do remain the same: David, Colin, Adam State, Adam Thompson, James Estrop, James Clare, Christopher Tate, Kyle, Mike, Xiao Feng, Charlie Jackson, Barney Williams, Darren Stables, Henry Walter. James Clare still holding up that train just behind him. They are literally only within 2 tenths right behind him. Will any of them be able to get past him and make the move? If he can hold off for another 5 minutes of this race, that 6th place is there for Mr. Clare and will give me some points for our team. We'll see if he manages to do that though. As we're coming to the front runners here, they're now only 0.4 within each other once again, but they're closing in on this back marker. They are currently going 1 second quicker than the Henry Walter, and he's trying to make the move, and down the outside David goes to switch back for the inside. He's trying to push that car along, and as he heads into turn 1, he manages to claim the position. But will this mean Colin gets a good run onto turn 3? Let's find out. We've got the back marker just in front as well. Will this play into the final result of this race? He's closing in, closing in, closing in. As we get to turn 4, they both dive down the inside, getting past that back marker. Sadly, that back marker did get a little bit in the way there, but we're all good. We're back to racing. The top 4 have now closed in again due to that back marker. So we'll see if that changes the result of this race. We head back down to James Clare, who's still in that battle for P6. Just behind him, he's got Christopher Tate still. It's only 0.2 now behind the 2. But if we go back to the front, it's getting very juicy. David is trying his best to defend off Colin, but all this defending is allowing Adam State and Adam Thompson to come back into this race. As we come around the corner here, David is still holding him off. He's going to get pushed all the way down the straight by Colin Marshall right now. And the gap between Adam State to David Sumner is closing right in within 1 second. They're going to be all slipstreaming all the way down to 5th place there. Let's see if they can capitalise on it. It's the gap between everyone else. It's starting to build. But we look back down near James Clare. James has broken the gap there, and Christopher Tate is now a second behind him. Not quite sure what happened there, but there's now an absolute gaggle of cars behind James, and James has managed to pull away there. As we look back to our front runners there, they're now only 0.2 within each other. That's 2 tenths in 1 lap there. So let's see if they keep going pedal to the metal, if he can get this overtake done. As we're heading now into turn number 9, he's getting very close, but what's even closer is the battle for 4th and 5th place. Adam Thompson and James Estrop are getting rather close to each other, and they're getting rather close to Adam State. Let's see if Adam State's state of mind can keep his head in the game, as they're all very, very close going down its main straight. David is pointing towards the Marshalls. He's not happy about something. Whether it's Colin, we'll find out, because Colin's really closing that gap. But your 3rd, 4th and 5th place is now only separated by half a second. And James Estrop managed to get past Adam Thompson there. And down the inside, a move is made at turn 3 for 3rd place. Can he hold it going into turn 4? He manages to hold it, and the gap between 1 and 2 starting to split up a little bit, but that fight for P3 is really coming down to the wire. We've got 2 minutes 50 left in this race. I'd say that's about 2 or 3 laps left. And down the inside, I believe that is Kyle Gaffney, potentially? Yes, it is. Oh, but he goes wide and hits the barrier. I don't believe any contact was made there. He just went wide on the exit and sadly punched up, hitting the tyre barrier. We've got James Clare that hopefully he might be able to capitalise on that. We'll wait and see when we get to that. And this is a call for all heavyweight split ones. Trying to make your way down to the track for us, down to the pit lane. You guys are out next. Grab your helmets, grab your stuff, and make your way down to the pit lane for us. That's heavyweight split one. Make your way down. Your race will be going out very soon, as there is only 3 minutes left in this race. And while I was chatting about that, what a change of positions. Colin Marshall managed to make a move on David Sumner, who's in second, James Estrop in third, Adam State in fourth, Adam Thompson in fifth, James Clare in sixth, Kyle in seventh, Mike in eighth, Barney in ninth, Charlie in 10th, Christopher in 11th, Darren in 12th, Shalfing in 13th, and Henry down in 14th. Your front runners now are all separated by 0.5 as we go into these final few laps now. We come around turn 12. It's been a different leader every few laps, but if we head a little bit further down the grid, Kyle Gaffney down in 7th is the leader at the front of this gaggle of carts that's coming around these final few corners. They're all swapping and changing positions. Are they going to be able to hold it coming into this? They do go single file, so luckily they should be alright going down the straight. Let's see if anyone managed to make some moves there. I believe it's Barney Williams that came out on top there, getting the overtake at the front of them as they head into turn 3. They all hold positions there. The slipstream wasn't strong enough to get an overtake done, but just behind him, Charlie Jackson is eyeing up an overtake, but he goes slightly wide and just can't manage it. As we head back to our top 3 positions, our driver out in front, Colin Marshall, is now starting to pull away, but right behind David Sumner is James Estrop. Is he going to be able to make a move? He tries to dive down the inside there on turn 10, but he just can't manage it. But he's bumper to bumper going into these final few corners as we head into turn 12. He's going to look to get a better exit than David there. Can he manage it as we're coming around this corner? David shrugging his car down the straight as he knows that James is going to have a better slipstream, a better exit as we head into turn 3 there. And he just can't manage to be close enough. But as we head down the back straight, can he make a move down in turn 3? The gap is not there. I believe David is fully closing off that and has gone full defensive. Your order currently is Colin, David, James Estrop, Adam State, Adam Thompson, James Clare, Barney Williams, Charlie Jackson, Mike Bennett, Kyle Gaffney, Christopher Tate, Darren Stables, Shalfeng, and Henry Walter. We're going in to now the last lap, so if anyone's going to make some darting moves, it needs to be roundabout now, and that's probably exactly what James Estrop is thinking as he's coming around these final few corners. He's less than 3/10 behind David Sumner. Can he make this move as he's coming around these final few corners? He's been trying for the past few laps, and I think Colin should be pretty chilled about this, as he should be able to break away with James Estrop on the tail of David Sumner. As we go into the final lap now, the gap is down to 4/10. He's going to be slipstreamed all the way down, and we've got a yellow flag, as I believe we've gone checkered. There we go. Colin Marshall did manage to hold it to David Sumner, then James Estrop, Adam State, Adam Thompson, James Clare, Barney Williams, Charlie Jackson, Mike Bennett, Christopher Tate in 10th, Kyle Gaffney in 11th, Shalfang in 12th, Darren Stables in 13th, and Henry Walter in 14th.
So we're joined by the race winner, Colin Marshall. Yes, hello Colin. How was that race?
It's really good. Really good. I'm really happy with it. Kind of getting up to speed more with the track, and the car felt good. I don't know the guy in front of me, but he was racing pretty well. I kind of just tried to bide my time until the last couple of laps and managed to kind of stick it.
Yeah, you had a titanic battle with you. I believe it was David Sumner.
Yeah, David,
no,
yeah.
he was doing a great job holding you off. And did you have I saw you pointed to your cart. Were you not happy with it in some way?
No, I was fine with the cart. I think he was pointing to his cart, but it seemed all right. But no, the cart felt great. I made a few wee mistakes and stuff, but it was good. I really enjoyed it. Just sticking right behind him and then waiting for the right time.
And that's all that matters in racing, making the right move at the right time. And I'll tell you, if these karts agree with you on a day like this in the D-Max GTs, then you can really have a fun time. So, congratulations. Is there a promotion in it for you?
I hope so, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you should be able to start at the back of the next split. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you out there. Thank you.
Thanks.